Good evening. We are live at Yonge in St. Clair, where you can see the massive firefighter presence still as they try to knock down this stubborn fire that broke out at the Badminton and Racquet Club, the nearly century-old club, earlier this morning at about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. It essentially has been burning since. It has proved to be a very stubborn fire into battle. With the latest on how it's going, we talked to the chief, Matthew Pegg, earlier.
Our crews have been successful in preventing extension and spread of the fire beyond this building into the adjoining structures. We won't know until it's completely extinguished and we can safely get back into those buildings to assess the extent of both thermal and smoke damage in the adjoining structures. We have active flames. As the excavator removes portions of the building, it's exposing very active flames, so our firefighters are controlling that fire immediately so that there's no risk of spread.
Now, of course, there was massive amounts of smoke. There was concern the fire would spread, so they had to evacuate several buildings around the club. That was a big concern. Dozens, if not hundreds, of people literally had to flee, remaining out tonight. One man says he was forced to watch the blaze just literally meters away from his front door. So that is looking at your apartment?
That is my apartment. It was 10 in the morning. I heard windows blowing out of this building, and I looked outside. It said smoke, and then little by little I started seeing fire, and we had to evacuate.
What is that, about 10 feet away?
It's at least maybe 2-3 meters is the nook between that building and my apartment.
And have you had any luck, information on how your apartment is?
I haven't. I've heard about a couple hours ago, I heard that it is spreading. Something exploded in the building from what I heard, and it was spreading, and that's why it got worse. As of now, I've just been out here for a couple hours just waiting and trying to get any other information. So far, I haven't got anything else.
So what are you going to be doing? You got somewhere to stay until
Tonight, I'm going to have to find another place to stay. Luckily, I have a girlfriend that'll let me stay with her for a bit, and I'm pretty sure she knows it's going to be more than one night. But hopefully I still have a roof over my head when I come back.
There's no set number on how many people have been displaced, but for those who had nowhere to go, the city had set up an emergency response center in the lobby of a nearby office building. It was volunteered to space by the building itself. There's food, hot coffee, and staff to try and help people find accommodations for the night.
They're going to put me into a hotel, so the accommodation would be provided.
But if they weren't doing that for you, what would you have done?
I have to find myself book a room because it's very ambiguous. We don't know how long, how soon we'll have an access to our units.
Mayor John Tory and Councillor Josh Matlow, who helped set this up, stopped by the center earlier to talk to Zara and others who were there as they were looking for a hotel space. Now, it's not clear when they'll be allowed to go back home, but the mayor, though, was quick to praise emergency workers and all those involved for this well-coordinated response.
I have never seen such a great example of teamwork. I mean, you often expect that there's a left-hand, right-hand thing here and that you'll have all kinds of things falling between the crack. But starting with the people who are making sure there was water pressure for the firefighters who've been magnificent, the police, the TTC, emergency management, Red Cross, who am I forgetting? I mean, it's just been an incredible example of teamwork.
We've had residents who've contacted us, whether it be through social media, email, phone, just asking how can we help. We've got a room in our house, can we put somebody up? Joyce Rankin from the Out of the Cold program up at Yorkminster Baptist Park Church came up to us and said, how can I help? We've seen a very devastating experience for a lot of people today, but we've also seen the beauty of how a village comes together when they're needed.